Am I live? I think I'm live. Hi, it's 6 o'clock. It is Monday, May 18th. Okay, I guess I wasn't live. I don't even know, but that's okay. So I'm here. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're watching this later. I don't know. But what we're going to do today is we're going to work on activating the glutes. And so we're going to do a lot of stuff with our hips, period, just to kind of make sure that they're healthy and strong. But with our glutes, there's a lot that we don't fire, and there's a lot of stuff that kind of just weakens along the way. And so gluteus maximus, a lot of people kind of clench with the upper gluteus maximus, but not the lower gluteus maximus. And so you'll kind of have that lower back pain there. A lot of people don't have their glute medius firing, and I know I've spoken about that before. But we need all of the muscles, not just the glutes, but all the muscles around the hip to fire and work correctly in order to keep our hips healthy. So the more that we're working on our stabilizers, whether we're doing the shoulders like we did a couple weeks ago or the hips, those are all going to help protect the joints. Are there other ways to access these muscles and create that strength and create that mobility that we need? Absolutely. But I don't know how to teach those ways. So I'm going to teach you the way I know how, and in the way that feels good to me, and hopefully it feels good to you. So we're going to give it just one more minute, but make sure you've got your mat. Make sure you've got a blanket or a towel if you need it. If you've got blocks or books, if you have a strap, that could be really nice. And if you don't have any of those things, that's okay, because I usually teach modifications. I usually don't use them, but we're going to get to it. So get to your mat. I'm going to wash my floor with my glutes. It's all about glutes. We're all going to start in child's pose today. And so to come into child's pose, you are going to bring your big toes together, and you're going to bring your knees as wide as your mat to start. And I'll give you modifications if that doesn't feel so good. And you're going to sit back on your heels, and you're going to let your torso fall between your legs. So your forehead is coming to the mat. Now, if that just feels too intense, you're welcome to bring your knees closer together and have it support your torso so it's not as deep into the hips. You can also even bring a blanket into the crease of the knees, and it'll lessen the angle of the bend, and so it'll be a little bit softer, a little bit less intense. So just kind of play with it. And if that's just miserable, just lie on your back and hug your knees to your chest. There's no reason why you have to stay and suffer. That's not what this is all about. All right. So forehead is down, or you're lying on your back. I'm looking up so you can hear my voice. And just start to focus on the breath. So I want you to inhale through the nose. Exhale back out the nose. Inhale through the nose. Feel the ribs expand. Feel the lungs expand. Feel the torso get lighter. And then as you exhale back out the nose, you feel the ribs start to come back together, and you feel your torso get heavy, and you feel your hips come a little bit closer to your heels. And so just stay there with that inhale and exhale. Try to lengthen each breath by 1 count. So if you inhale 4, exhale out 4, inhale 5, exhale out 5. So you guys can see. All right, from here I want you to walk your hands away from you and come up onto your fingertips. Roll your shoulders back so you feel those scapulas slide down the back and broaden. Pull your belly button in and start to press into your fingertips as your hips come a little bit closer to your heels. So you're just getting a little bit more active here. Good. And then relax the arms. I just want you to walk your arms over to the left-hand side and just rest your forehead down here. And so I want your arms completely relaxed here. I don't want you really active reaching away. We're going to move into a more active version in just a moment. Good, now you're gonna come up onto your fingertips again, and I want you to walk those hands so far away. Your left hand might come a little bit more forward. If your forehead comes to the mat, that's great, but you can leave your forehead up to get that extra stretch here through the right side of the body. And remember, you don't want to shrug your shoulders. Good, and then come back to center, find that length. And then you're going to walk over to the other side. So you're going to walk over to the right-hand side. I'm going to move. And you're going to get that left side body stretch, but you're going to have relaxed arms here. So not aggressive to start. And then come up onto your fingertips, walk those fingertips away, find that length. And remember, if that forehead doesn't come to the mat when you do it this way, don't worry about it. That's not what I'm looking for. Good, and then come back to center. We're going to slide our right arm underneath our left, and we're going to turn our head to the left to bring our right shoulder and the right side of our face down to the mat. Now, if you want, you can bring your left arm up and let the back of the left hand rest on the right hip. But if that doesn't feel comfortable, just keep that left hand before you. Good, if that left hand's on your hip, reach it forward, press into it to bring that right shoulder up, extend your right arm before you, and then slide that left arm underneath. Turn your gaze over to the right, left shoulder, left side of the face comes down to the mat, option to bring the back of the right hand to the left hip. And find the variation that suits where you are today. Okay, go ahead and extend that right arm forward, press into it. Both hands come forward. You're going to start to lift your seat up off of your heels. You're going to bring your knees directly underneath your hips. So if you have that really wide knees here, you need to bring your knees in closer. Your knees are not as wide as, your hips are not as wide as the mat most likely. Ankles are going to be directly behind the knees. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. And we're going to do a few cat-cows here. So press into your fingertips, slide the shoulders back so you're broadening the clavicles. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, seat bones rise. Good. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, press the chin to the chest, push the mat away. Good. Again, inhale, drop the belly, shoulders move away from your ears. Exhale, push the mat away. Good. One more time. Inhale. Then exhale, pushing the mat away. Good. Come back to neutral. And I want you to extend your right leg behind you and flex the right foot. Now to start, notice if your toes are pointing down. If your toes are pointing out slightly or your knees slightly pointing out, I don't want that external rotation. I want an internal rotation. So that means that your hips, your knee, and your toes are pointing straight down. Good. And then extend that left arm before you. Get steady here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, tuck the knee and the elbow. Good. Inhale, reach. Remember that internal rotation. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach once more. Exhale, turn your toes out to the side. So now I want the external rotation. Exhale, left arm comes out to the left, right leg comes out to the right. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, turn the toes, sweep. Inhale, reach. Exhale, turn the toes and sweep. Inhale, reach. Left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Let's do one cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, push the mat away. Good. Come back to neutral. I'm just going to switch sides here. All right. So now we're going to push that left leg behind us. And we have that left foot flexed, and we're turning our left knee and left toes down towards the mat. Good. And then reach the right arm forward, neutral spine. Take a big breath in. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Good. Inhale, reach. Now rotate those left toes to the side. Exhale, sweep The left leg to the left, the right arm to the right. Good. Inhale, reach. Left toes down. Exhale to the side, turning the toes. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the side. Good. Inhale, reach. Right hand comes down, left knee comes down. One big cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale, push, push, push the mat away. Good. Coming back to neutral tabletop position. You're going to go ahead and come knees, chest, chin. So you're going to bend your elbows. You're going to keep the elbows kissing the ribs and come all the way down. So now we've got our chest and our chin on the mat as well as our knees. Hence, knees, chest, chin. I know it's a clever name. Go ahead and slide forward all the way onto your belly. Okay? And so we're on the tops of our feet. The toes aren't curled under. And I want you to bring your arms out in cactus arms. Good. Forehead is down. And so this kind of plays. So we're incorporating a lot of the shoulder stuff that we did 2 weeks ago, just so you know. So we're kind of building layers into what we're doing. So I want you to bring your forehead to the mat, and I want you to tuck your tailbone so you're pressing your hips into the mat. Now resist the urge to do the external rotation. I don't want you to turn your toes out. I want you to keep your feet flat. You're going to inhale, lift the elbows, lift the chest. Draw the shoulder blades together, coming into our shoulders. Good, come down. Let's do another one. Inhale, lift. Good, exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Now if you want to, you can cross your arms before you and you can bring your forehead to your crossed arms. So again, those toes aren't turning out. We're keeping the toes flat, and so it's going to be that internal rotation. I want you to think about lifting your toes and keep rotating those inner thighs up towards the ceiling. So toes aren't turned out, we're flat. Good. Coming down. And then press the hips in. You're going to lift again. Remember, internal rotation. I'm trying to get you to stop using the upper half of your glutes. Clenching them. Good. Come back down. So we're just using this kind of lower half down here. One more time. Lift. Press the hips in. Good. Keep rotating the inner thighs in and up. Come back down. Now we're going to put it all together. Forehead comes to the mat. Arms are in those cactus arms. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to lift everything. So internal rotation. Draw the elbows back. Good. And then you're going to come all the way down. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and press back to child's pose for a moment. Good, and then come back up. Hands are slightly forward. You're going to curl the toes under. Press the hips up and back into down dog. And if you need to walk it out, if you want to twist it out, kind of find whatever your jam is here, whatever feels good. You can bend both knees. You can bring the feet really wide, pressing the chest. But I want you to press your fingertips into the mat. Internally rotate those triceps, so you're turning the eyes of your elbows forward, and so you're not collapsing into your shoulders. You're pressing the chest back. And if that means bent knees, it means bent knees. Good. But don't overuse the mobility in the shoulders to kind of fake what down dog is. Take a big breath in, and then walk your hands back towards your feet, and just find a forward folding bend here. Coming out of your arms for a moment, and if you want to, you can sway side to side. You can just grab opposite elbows and hang out, whatever your jam is. And I want you to heel toe your feet together, so now that your big toes are touching, you're going to bend both knees and you're going to drop your torso onto your thighs. Good. Wrap your arms around behind you, grab opposite elbows, let your head drop. Now start to lift your seat bones while the crown of the head continues to move towards your toes. Good, so don't jam your knees back. You're lifting from your hips. And if you tremble, that's good. That's perfect. I want you to be challenged. You might not want to be challenged. I want you to be challenged. So just roll with it. We're all good. Good, go ahead and bend both knees. Let the arms hang. Good, you can bring the feet a little bit wider. And then walk the hands back to down dog. Good. Walk it out here. Bend the right knee and the left. Good, feel the palms pressing into the mat. Keep the shoulders moving away from the ears. Go ahead and shake the head, yes. No. Yes. Good. Big breath in. Walk your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse, come all the way up, up, up. Good. I gotta pull my pants up. Arms up and overhead. Right hand's gonna grab the left wrist. You're gonna draw your body over to the right hand side. Now try to keep grounded evenly through both feet. So you're gonna feel all four corners of both feet into the mat. Option to rotate the right armpit towards the ceiling. Good, inhale back up to center. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Draw yourself over to the left hand side. Shoulders down the back. Ground evenly through the feet. Option to rotate the left armpit towards the ceiling. Excellent. Inhale up. Exhale, draw the hands through heart center. Make sure those big toes are together. We're gonna bend our knees, sit back, get nice into chair pose. Say we were doing glutes. Good. So squeeze those knees together. Squeeze from your outer thighs to push your inner thighs together. And feel like you're lengthening as you squeeze yourself together. I know it sounds really vague, but you'll start to connect to those muscles and it'll start to make sense. So just think about squeezing everything in. And if you need to bring your hands to your hips to really focus on what you're doing with your legs, then focus on it. And so if you guys didn't notice, glutes like to fire from hip flexion. I'm sure you feel it right now though. So keep reaching the arms forward, shoulders down the back, stay soft with it. Good, and then exhale, straighten the legs, bow forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, plant the palms, step straight back to down dog. We're gonna do a modified Surya B. Knees come down, knees, chin, chest. Slide all the way forward onto the belly. Bring the arms into cactus arms. Inhale, lift the arms and the legs. Good, exhale down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press up to plank on knees. Curl the toes under, press back to down dog. Step your right foot forward, turn your left foot flat. And so I want you on railroad tracks. Right foot's on the right railroad track, left foot's on the left railroad track. You're gonna pull your hip under you. And I want you to think about really pressing into your right foot as we inhale, lifting our torso up. So instead of thinking about using the muscles of our back to pull us up, we're actually just really pressing into our leg to help lift us up. Good. Shoulders down. Draw the ribs in. You'll feel a big stretch through the front of the left hip when you do that. And then exhale, hands come down. Step back to down dog. Option to stay here or do that modified vinyasa. Knees, chin, chest. Slide forward. Cactus arms. Inhale, arms and feet, arms and legs up. Down. Hands under the shoulders. Press up to plank on knees. Press back to down dog. So you gotta do the other side. Step that left foot forward, turn the right foot flat. Left knee is bent. Feel that energy going into it. So remember that you're pressing into your right foot, but I want you to really focus on the left leg as we press, 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 press. Inhale, come all the way up. Good, so draw the left hip back, push the right hip forward. Excellent. Hands come down. Option to stay here in down dog or do your modified vinyasa. Good. Press up to plank on knees. Press back to down dog. From down dog, we take that big breath in. Exhale, step the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, look forward, lengthen, bringing those hips above the ankles. Exhale, bow. Bend the knees, sit back into chair pose. So we're sinking back into it. We're making our tailbone long, so we're drawing our tailbone down as if we're pulling the tops of our hips and the ribs together, but not that much, but just not so we're dumping into our lumbar. Good, exhale, bow. Inhale, look forward. Exhale as you bring the hands down to the mat, step back to down dog. Good, option to stay here or modify vinyasa, knees, chin, chest, slide forward onto belly, cactus arms, inhale, lift your arms and your legs, exhale down, hands underneath the shoulders, press up to plank on knees, Press back to down dog. So let's do that Surya B one more time. Step your right foot forward, left foot flat. Right knee stays bent. We're pressing into that right leg, so we're pressing into the right leg as we lift all the way up, warrior one. Hands come down. Good job. Press back to down dog. Stay here or do your modified vinyasa, knees, chin, chest. Slide forward onto the belly. Cactus arms. Inhale, arms and legs. Exhale down. Press up, plank on knees. Press back to down dog. Opposite side. Left foot steps forward, right foot spins flat. Left knee stays bent. Press into that left foot. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Good, keep pulling that right hip back. Hands come down. Option to stay here in down dog or do your modified vinyasa. So you can go as hard as you want here. Good. Inhale, arms and legs. Exhale down. Hands underneath the chest. Press back to plank on knees. Press back to down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow. Bend the knees, chair pose. Good, sinking into it. And then exhale, let's go through another one of those modified vinyasas. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, press back to down dog. Bring the knees down to the mat. Bring the chin and chest down to the mat. Keep the elbows kissing the ribs. Slide forward onto the belly. Arms and cactus arms. Inhale, lift the arms and the legs. Internally rotate the legs. Calm down. Press up to plank on knees. Press back to down dog. Now we're going to step our right foot forward. We're going to stay on the ball of the left foot. And if you want to bring your feet a little bit wider to create a better base for better balance, then just take a moment to do that. Right knee's going to stay bent. We're going to press into the right foot. Inhale all the way up. Find our lunge. Good. All right, bring your hands to your heart, and I want you to lean out over the right leg. So you are definitely feeling that right leg. Now, you'll notice if your right hip's starting to pop out, I want you to pull it back under you. So you're actually using those glute medians to help bring that hip back into alignment. Good. Inhale the arms up, hands come down, step back, down dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Good. Step that left foot forward. Take a moment to get that wider base if you need it. And then press into the left foot as we come all the way up into our high lunge. So we're on the ball of the right foot. We're pressing into the left leg. We're pulling the left hip back, not letting it pop out to the side. Good. Lean out over. Really feel it going. You can always bring your hands to your heart if your arms up and overhead are too much. Keep pulling that left hip under you and then hands come down. Step back down dog. Good. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Good. Let's come back into it. So you're going to step that right foot forward, come up into the high lunge. And then like before, we're going to lean out and over. Now bring your hands either to your hips or you can bring them to your heart. I'm going to bring mine to my hips. I really want to feel what I'm doing with them, which is why I'm doing this. So I feel all this strength and energy in the right leg. As steady as she goes, I'm going to tap the left foot forward and then I'm going to tap it back. Good. So tap it forward, tap it back. So try to stay as still as you can. You're going to move a little bit. That's okay. Tap it forward, tap it back. But just try to make it as controlled a movement as you can muster up today. Good. Arms up and overhead. Hands come down. Press back down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good. You're going to step that left foot forward. Find your lunge. Inhale, reach all the way up. Good. Bring out over your left leg. Hands come to the hips or to the heart. Putting all that energy into the left leg. You can look down at the left toes if it helps with your balance. You're going to tap your right foot forward and then tap it back. Keep that left knee bent the whole time. Tap it forward and tap it back. Keep pulling that left hip under you too. Tap it forward, tap it back. Good. Arms up and overhead reach. Exhale, hands come down. Step back. Let's do our vinyasa. Knees come down to the mat, chin, chest, slide forward onto the belly, cactus arms, inhale, lift, exhale, come back down. Good, press back up to plank on knees, curl the toes under, press back to down dog. We're still good. Big breath in through the nose, exhale it out. Good. Step the right foot forward, come up into high lunge again. All right, so we're building onto what we're doing. Hands come to the hips, lean out over the right leg. Let's do those 3 taps, slow and controlled. We're not using momentum. We're doing this with controlled muscular movement. So tap the left foot forward, tap it back to lunge. Tap it forward, tap it back to lunge. Tap it forward, tap it back to lunge. Good. Bring your hands to the tops of thighs, interlace them. We're going to start to make our way into Degasana. So we're going to lean out over the right leg, and we're going to start to bring our left toes off the mat. Don't worry about the toes being the highest off the mat. Just try to bring them up, or just really lean into this leg. And again, I want you to make sure that you're pulling that right hip back under you. You can even put your right thumb there to help do that. If your leg is burning, you're doing a good job. Good. Bend the right knee slowly, come back down. Arms up and overhead. Hands come down, step back, down dog. Good, stretch out that right leg, take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Good. Opposite side, step that left foot forward, stand on the ball of the right foot. Find your high lunge. Hands come to the hips or to the heart. Lean out over that left leg. Good, tap your right foot forward, tap it back. Tap your right foot forward, tap it back. Right foot taps forward, tap it back to your lunge, interlace your fingers to the top of your left leg, and then we're going to start to creep those right toes either forward, putting all of our energy into the left leg, or we're going to lift that right leg up off the mat. So a good supported Degasana pose. And then with control, we're going to bend that knee, slowly make our way down to the lunge. And if you have to be here and work your way back, then that's what you do. Good. Arms up and overhead, hands down, step back to down dog. Let's do our modified vinyasa, or you can stay here, it's your choice. But modified vinyasa, we'll bring our knees down, chin and chest, slide forward onto the belly, cactus arms, inhale, lift the legs and the arms, exhale down. Hands come underneath the shoulders, press yourself up to plank on knees, press back to down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, step the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, find length. Exhale, hands come down. Bend the knees, sit back into chair pose once more. Yeah, we're doing a lot of that. Told you, it's glutes. Good. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, look forward. We're going through it one more time. Step back to down dog. Option to stay here or do our vinyasa. Knees, chin, chest, on your belly, cactus arms. Inhale, lift the legs and the arms. Internally rotate the legs. Exhale down. Hands underneath the shoulders as you press up into plank on knees. Curl the toes under, press back down dog. Let's do this again. Step the right foot forward. Come all the way up into high lunge. Press through the left heel, draw the belly in. Hands come to the hips, lean out over the right leg. Feel the right leg engage. Keep pulling the right hip back under you. Don't let it pop out to the side. We're pulling it back and under. Looking down, tap forward once, step back lightly. Tap forward twice, step back lightly. Tap forward 3 times, step back lightly. Interlace your fingers, bring them to the top of your right thigh. Start to slide forward into Degasana. Now either you're putting all the weight in the right leg and your left toes are just lightly grazing the mat, or you can lift the left leg up. Wherever you are, keep pulling the right hip back and under you. And if you want, you can bring your arms out to the side in a T shape. Good. Steady with the breath. And if you fall out of it, just take a breath and come back into it. Sometimes you fall out of it. It happens. Happens to everybody. Good, bring your hands back down to the tops of your thighs. Bend your right knee, quietly land back in your lunge. Excellent, arms up and overhead, ta-da! Hands come down, step back down dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Good. Step the left foot forward, stay on the ball of the right foot. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Finding your lunge, press the right heels back. Right heel, singular. Good, hands come to your hips, lean out over the left leg. Good, press fully into that left foot as you tap your right foot forward and tap it back. Tap it forward and tap it back. Tap it forward, tap it back. Interlace those fingers placed on top of your left thigh. Start to lean out and over. Creep those right toes forward and either stay here or lift those toes up. It's up to you. You will find that one side likes to wobble more than the other. This would be that side for me. Go ahead and bring your arms out to the side. I'm going to do cactus arms because I've got the wall. Good. Keep pulling the left hip under you. So you're really stabilizing from that left gluteus medius by pulling that hip under you. Helping keep everything in place. Good. Hands come to the top of the thigh. Bend the left knee. Toes come down. Arms up and overhead. Ta-da! Hands come down. Step back to down dog. Let's do our vinyasa. You can stay here if you want. Bend your knees. Chin and chest. Slide forward onto the belly. Bring your arms out to your sides. Cactus arms. Inhale, lift everything. Good. Exhale now. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Press back up. Good. Plank on knees. Press back to down dog. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, step the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow. Bend the knees, sit back into chair pose. I know it's the last thing you want to do. And then press into the feet as you come up to standing. So if you want, you can give it a shake. It might have been a bit intense. It's kind of supposed to be, but doesn't mean you don't have to shake it out. All right, roll the shoulders back. Find your Tadasana. So feet are together, pressing through the feet, shoulders roll back, palms face forward, gazes directly forward. And you're looking towards the direction of the top of your mat. Guess what? We're gonna do chair pose again. Bend the knees, sit back, nice and low. Tuck that tailbone. Bring your hands to your hips. Good. I want you to put your energy into your right leg and come onto the ball of the left foot. Put that foot down. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Just playing with the balance here. Bring that foot back down. Come onto the ball of the left foot. We're going to straighten our right leg and bring our left knee, our bent left knee up with us. So keep the hands on the hips. Start to straighten the right leg and bring the left knee up. So we have hip flexion here, and this is another one where you're going to have a tendency to want to pop out. I want you to keep that hip pulled under. So your hip, right hip isn't swinging out, your left hip isn't popping too high. Left foot is flexed. I want that engagement there. Just playing with your balance here. Good, and then go ahead and bend both knees. Bring everything back down to chair with hands on your hips. Come onto the ball of the right foot. We're going to press up again. So press into the left leg. Pull the right knee up. Good, so don't lay into the left hip. Don't lift the right hip higher than the left. Bend both knees. Come back down. Chair pose. Good, let's come back up again. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Press into the right leg. Bring the left leg up and bring both hands to wrap around your left knee. Let the shoulders relax down the back. Now you can bend your right knee here, or you can straighten it. When you bend it, you're a little bit more active muscularly. I don't even know if I can say that word. Right hand stays on the left knee, left hand comes to your left hip, and then start to turn your left shoulder open. And if your balance permits, you can turn your gaze over the left shoulder. It will mess with your balance, but that's okay. Come back to center. Good. Go ahead and bring both hands forward. You're going to bend both knees, come back down into chair pose, hands on the hips. Come onto the ball of the right foot, press into the left leg, come up, come up. Good. Interlace the fingers around the right knee. Get tall. Right hand comes to the right hip. Turn the right shoulder back. Option to turn the gaze over the right shoulder. Good. Turn the gaze forward. Both hands on the knee. Release the knee. Bend back down into chair pose. Yay! Exhale, dog forward. Straight legs. Come out of it. Good. Let the head drop. Rotate the inner thighs towards one another. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, press back to down dog. Option to stay here, or if you want to do another vinyasa, come down knees, chin, chest, slide forward onto the belly, cactus arms. Inhale, lift the legs and arms. Exhale down. Press the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up to plank on knees. Curl the toes under. Good. So I'm going to turn, so I'm going with you guys. From our down dog, I want you to step your right foot forward, and then you're going to start to walk your hands over to the left, stopping in the middle where your feet are parallel. Okay? Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. So we've been doing a lot of gluteus maximus. We're going to do a little bit more glute medius. Piriformis, which is this little muscle. It's deep inside. That helps stabilize. Yeah, so we're doing stuff. Go ahead and turn the heels and toes out. Sorry, I'm still a little bit off, guys. Heels and toes out. And I want you to bring your arms out wide. Good. You're going to go ahead and bring your right arm underneath your left and wrap your arms. Good. Now yours might be more like this, and that's totally okay. Or yours might be like mine. Wherever you are, I want you to think about pushing your elbows forward and up while the shoulders come down the back. Good. And then if you have the complete wrap, you can think about karate chopping your pinkies forward. Now you're going to bend your knees, coming into horse stance. Now think about rolling the knees back. Now if the arms are a distraction, I'd rather you have your hands on your hips and think about rolling the knees back while you sink into the lunge. Okay, keep rolling them back. So it's stuff we've done before, you're just changing how you're paying attention to it. And that's a lot of what yoga is. It's not the right or the wrong, it's just how are you focusing, how are you being cued into it, what do you need from it? And so a lot of times you're probably more focused on your arms here, like when we did this with shoulders. But now we're doing glutes. Keep rolling the knees back. Good, go ahead and straighten the legs, release the arms. Good, so now if you did it without arms, you're just gonna keep your hands on your hips, but we're gonna reverse for those who did arms. So this time left elbow comes under. Push the elbows forward and up, shoulders slide down, bend the knees, sink. Again, so we're not letting the knees collapse in. I want you to think about rolling them out. Good. And that's going to activate all this fun stuff back here, which I know you can feel. Keep sinking. Steady with the breath. Good. Draw the belly in. Keep sinking. Keep rolling the knees back. Woo! A little bit of burn. Go ahead and straighten the legs. Extend the arms out straight. Good, and then we're going to turn towards the front of the mat. I'm changing which my front of the mat is. You keep your front of the mat. Place the hands down. Step back to down dog. So again, you're welcome to stay here in your down dog. Or if you want, you can come knees, chin, chest. Slide onto your belly, cactus arms. Inhale, reach the arms and the legs up. Exhale down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press up to plank on knees. Curl the toes under. Press back to down dog. Now you're going to step the left foot forward. And I want you to turn your right foot flat. Good. And your left heel is going to line up with your right arch. And then you're just going to come up to standing. So we're just kind of moving into it slowly. All right, so my right foot is perpendicular to my left foot. And I'm rotating my hips and my shoulders with the long edge of the mat. Extend your arms out long. Good, shoulders down the back. Now think about pulling your left hip back and reaching forward with your left arm. Left arm is going to come to your shin. Right arm comes up to the sky. So again, since we're focusing on the glutes, we're focusing on the hips today, I want you to think about pulling the right hip back under you. And if you want, you can get a big old stretch, reaching the right arm forward here, or you can keep it up. And now you're starting to feel some stretch through the outer right hip, some stretch through the inner left thigh. You're activating your left hip. Good. Steady with the breath. Option for gaze down, forward, or up at the ceiling. Good. Now, if you're not looking down, look down at your left foot. You're going to pull yourself up with your right arms. Extend the arms out. Turn the toes. So left toes turn in, right toes turn out. Rotate your hips and your shoulders with the long edge of the mat. Pull your right hip back. Reach forward with the right arm. Right hand comes to the shin. Left arm reaches. So can you creep your right hip back? Can you stack your left shoulder over your right? Can you keep pressing into the left foot? Activating the left side of the body. So we're not just dumping into it. And if you find that your chest is falling forward, I want you to come up your leg a little bit higher with that right hand. Good. Look down at the right foot, pull yourself up with the left hand. You're going to turn your toes, turn towards the front of your mat, your front, and step back to down dog. Option for a last vinyasa here. You can come down knees, chin, chest, slide forward onto the belly, find your cactus arms, and then inhale, come up. Exhale down, hands under the shoulders, press up to plank on knees, press back to down dog. All right, now you can go ahead, we're gonna come all the way down onto our knees. So you can either slide forward onto plank, and from high plank, you can challenge yourself, because we normally don't do this, bend your elbows and lower down to your chest. Or if you want to bring your knees to the mat and lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Good. So, we're gonna do more locust pose play. I want you to reach your arms forward with the palms facing each other, which means that your pinkies are on the mat, your legs are long behind you, forehead comes to the mat, and I want you to lift your left leg. Keep that internal rotation of the left leg here, and lift the right arm. You can lift your gaze if you want. So left hand and right leg are down, and you're long and lifted through the right side. Right shoulder stays in the socket. Left leg internally rotates. So I don't want you to turn that left knee out. I want you to keep it pointing down towards the mat. Exhale all the way down. Forehead comes down. You can shake your hips if you want. Good. Now looking forward, palms are facing each other. You're going to lift that right leg, lift the left arm. So same thing, your right toes, your right knee are pointing down. They're not turning towards the side. And you lift with your left arm by pulling the shoulder back into the socket. Get long here. Exhale, come all the way down. Give it a shake. So now we got to tie it all together. Good. Forehead down, palms face each other, pinky on the mat. Roll the shoulders down the back, find the length first, and then inhale everything up together. Good, so now if you prefer the cactus arms, you're welcome to do that, but challenge yourself to extend long here. Reaching forward with the fingertips, reaching back with the toes. Whew. And then exhale all the way down, shimmy the hips. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself all the way back to child's pose. Let the lower back lengthen. Good. Let the forehead rest on the mat. You can bring your arms to your sides if you prefer, or you can keep them forward. It's your choice. Good. Then you're going to go ahead and walk your hands back. Press into your palms to press your chest up off of your legs. Drop your hips to either side. Swing the legs forward. Hooray! It's all downhill. Give the legs a shake. All right, so extend the legs straight. Press the legs into the mat. And again, we want to rotate the knees in towards each other. So we're not letting our toes fall out like so. We're bringing them together and pressing in. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, reach out and over, and then let the hands drop. So if you have a strap or a towel, you can, I'll turn from the side, you can see. So a lot of people like to come here. I mean, that's cool and all if that's what you want to stretch, but if you want to stretch your hamstrings, you're not doing jack. So if you want to grab a strap and bring it around the balls of your feet, you can draw your chest forward as you press the legs into the mat. And you're going to feel that a lot more in the hamstrings than you would if you're doing that. Good. So it's your choice. But if you're like, screw you, lady, I don't care about the hamstrings. Do whatever you want. It's fine. I believe that you have the right to choose. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, I just want you to ragdoll. Okay, just let the head hang. There's nothing pretty here. And then start to walk the hands back, and then you're going to roll up slowly, bring the chin up. Go ahead and give the legs a shake. We do this one a lot. Bend the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. You're going to press yourself up and rotate towards your left leg. So your sternum, the center of your chest, is lining up with your left leg. Left hand comes out to the side. So our left fingertips are directly out to our left hip. Right arm comes up. Exhale out and over, reaching, reaching, reaching first, and then let the hand come down. So these nice fingers to the left of us are going to gently rotate us into the posture. So you might feel a little bit through your right hip here, which is what we're trying to do. You're also going to feel your hamstring. Or you might not feel anything. Just take note of what you are feeling and where you are feeling it. I'm just telling you what I'm trying to access. Good, and come all the way up. You're going to keep this right knee bent, and I want you to stack your right knee on top of your left. So we're just bringing the whole leg over. Good. Press the left leg in. Inhale up, exhale out and over. And then hands come down. You can grab toes, they can come to your shin, you can bring them to your sides. I want you to really think about creating length from the crown of the head out of the tailbone and leaning out and over. I'm just getting a little bit deeper through both the hamstring and the left side and the right hip. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come down. Straighten the right leg. Give it a shake. Good. So you're going to bend the left knee now. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Bring those right fingertips directly to the right side of the hip. Inhale tall, left arm up. We're rotating our sternum towards the right leg. And then exhale, reach out, out, out. And then the hand comes down to the toes, the ankle, the shin. You can use that right hand to guide you a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach all the way up. Hands come down, keeping the left knee bent. We're going to bring that left knee over the right leg so that the left knee stacks over the right knee. Inhale your arms up. Exhale out and over. Hands come down to either side of the foot, to your shin, to your toes. Wherever your range of motion allows you to go, where you can still breathe. Breathing's good. All the way up. Hands come down. Go ahead and straighten that leg, give it a shake. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together to come into Baddha Konasana. So knees are out wide, we're grabbing onto our toes, sitting tall, lean out and over. And you can use those elbows to gently guide your legs down if you want to. But a very straight back here. And then start to pull the belly in. You're going to start to bring your forehead towards that space between your feet. Again, you can use those elbows to gently guide the legs down, or you don't have to. It's your choice. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Chin comes up off the chest last. And then you're going to press the knees together. And you're gonna hook your hands underneath your knees and just roll down one vertebrae at a time. Good. So pull, your feet are gonna be hips width distance and parallel. So that means that the toes are not turning in, the toes are not turning out. And you're gonna pull your heels as close to your glutes as is comfortable for your knees. And just bring your arms to your side, press into your feet, and lift the hips up off the mat. Good. Now resist the urge to clench with the upper glutes. See if you can let that part relax. And then think about drawing your heels towards you and activating the lower part of your glutes. I know it's kind of hard to isolate those different spots, but just focus for now on relaxing the upper part because we don't want to compress the sacrum here. That's whenever somebody's like, don't clench your glutes, don't clench your glutes. That's what they're talking about. It's not clenching with that upper part of the gluteus maximus there. Keep drawing those heels towards you, and that'll help you activate the lower half. And then roll down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Bring your feet nice and wide, mats width apart, and you can let both knees fall over to the right, and then fall over to the left. Good. And then the right, and then the left. And then stop in the middle, bring the feet back to hips width distance. Right ankle comes on top of the left knee. Draw the left knee towards you. You can either interlace your fingertips behind your left knee, or you can interlace them on your left shin. You're also welcome to straighten your left leg. But your right foot is flexed. You pull the knee towards you while your right elbow, if necessary, gently guides your right knee away from you. Remember to keep the spine long, to keep the shoulders relaxed here. And then release. You're going to go ahead and cross the leg entirely, or you can keep the ankle on the knee. It's your choice. But both knees are going to come over to the left-hand side. Arms can come out in a T shape. You can turn your gaze over your right shoulder. Gaze comes up, knees come up, uncross the legs, unhook the legs, whatever you need to do. Left ankle, right knee, draw the right knee towards you. Flex the left foot, option to use that left elbow to push the left knee away. Find the length. So you may feel this one a little bit more or a little bit less today. But just, especially when we have these slower moments, really tune into what you're feeling and where you're feeling it. And that's where you're going to get a lot of feedback and you're going to learn a lot about your own body. So release that knee, option to keep the left ankle on the right knee and let both fall over to the right, or you can cross the legs tighter and let both knees fall over to the right, T-shape. Palms can be up or down, it's up to you. I usually like palms down, but since I can't fully extend both arms because of the wall, I gotta do this. I got issues, man. We all, don't we? We all have issues. Turn the gaze up, bring both knees back to center, unhook. Good. Go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall out, and then that hip crease, you can bring your hands there and gently press, creating a little bit of traction. Option to hug your knees to your chest one last time. You can come straight into Shavasana. With Shavasana, you'll extend your legs out long, bring your arms to your sides, get those shoulders under you, and let the palms rotate towards the ceiling. And then staying where you are, eyes closed. Start to slowly let go of the breath. Let the space between the eyes relax. Feel the jaw unclench. The shoulders drop back heavy. Feel the space between the shoulder blades relax. That warm relaxation between the shoulder blades bubbles up to your heart. Feels warm, feels content. Slides all the way down your arms to the palms of your hands, and maybe you feel the warmth in your palms. Moves into your belly. The warmth dissolving any tension that might be there. Moves into your hips and your glutes. Allowing those muscles to fully relax and let go after this challenging practice. Moves into your thighs, your hamstrings, your shins, your calves, ankles, over the tops of the feet, under the soles of the feet, and out the toes as you drop into your final and deepest relaxation. Welcome to stay here. Or if you want to come out of practice with me, you can start to slowly come back into your breath. Slowly come back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. And then reach your arms up and overhead. Get that first thing in the morning stretch. Maybe shift side to side. And then roll onto your side, whatever side you prefer. Bend your knees. Rest your head on your arm like a pillow. Take a quiet moment before you move on. Start to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, eyes closed. Hands can be on your knees, in your lap, or at your heart center in prayer. Just taking a moment to connect to this feeling. Taking a moment to remind ourselves that this feeling is just a breath away. Taking a moment to thank ourselves for a little bit of self-love, for a practice that gives us this feeling. Thank you all so much for your patience and your understanding and allowing me into your homes. The love and light in me always honors and recognizes the love and light in you. Namaste. All right, kittens. So, go forth and be awesome. Thank you. Take a hot bath, drink water, be nice to yourself because you're probably going to feel this one. All right? Bye.